What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and enjoy the best Canadian memes. I really do enjoy the memes. The Canadian memes, they are usually hilarious. Part of my job today here, as the American, is to analyze the meme, try to understand it, dissect it, and of course, appreciate the beauty that is Canadian memes. So, with that being said, let's take a look. Best of Canadian memes. Canadian parties. Oh, so, man, how long ago was this picture taken, by the way? Yes, there is hockey on the television, but I'm more distracted by the fact that that television is a foot deep and only about 1 foot by 1 foot wide. But anyway, Canadian parties. Gotta have the hockey on. Okay. How babies are born in Canada. That one on the left is having such a good time, especially for just being born just now, this second, right? Because this is how Canadians are born. In what? There was a lot of preparation that went into making this meme, and I appreciate it. The babies just look like they're having fun. Time of their life. Meanwhile, in Canada, my town is so safe, I accidentally left my keys here all night and nothing happened. You know, I don't know how true this meme is or not, but it it certainly is not something you would do in America. I think I'm willing to say that just overwhelmingly, as a culture, Americans are very, very untrusting of one another. I'm positive that the overall crime rates are higher in America than Canada, for sure. But I don't know if. I'm sure Canadians don't purposely leave their keys out, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. But this would terrify me, leaving my keys somewhere like this. Because I don't know. It is kind of an American thing. When does spring start? Oh, there's Johnny Depp. I live in Canada. consoling the young Canadian boy. Spring never comes in Canada. Yes, of course. I don't know if I know what movie this is from, honestly. Okay, Canadian mosh pit. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, that's probably how it goes, right? They're Canadians being super aggressive, like punching you right in the face. Sorry about that. Okay. Meanwhile, in Canada, wow, this belongs in some kind of modern museum of art. Seriously, how did this happen? Well, a car was here, and then it backed up, but why didn't the ice shatter? This is cool. This isn't even like that funny to me. It's just like cool. Like this is some kind of like postmodern Canadian art or something. Like really, someone should do a whole collection of these. Amazing. Okay. -40 Celsius. Bundled up. -20 Celsius. T-shirts. -30 Celsius. Sorta bundled up. -10. No shirts. Yes. And in every single one of these, it's still snowing outside. Yes, it's freezing cold in all of these. Yet Canadians apparently have the just a little increase in temperature. As long as it is not literally a blizzard out, freezing, it's basically summer. Basically summertime, right? Actually, I was just saying how it never snows in America, especially around Christmas time. In a few videos ago, I'm sure I said something like that. It's actually, this reminded me, it's actually going to be a death-defying, chaotic blizzard snowstorm in America in like a day or two. It's wonderful. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to cause a lot of like pain and destruction. But besides that, it's actually pretty cool. At the very least, I guess there will be snow or freezing, slippery rain causing mayhem. But, you know, Christmas time, it's all good. Bosses be like, you still coming to work, right? These pictures, what amazes me with some of these memes, there's always a meme like this where a car is buried 20 feet under the snow, or someone is stuck in their house and it's covered in snow. The fact that these photos even exist is like mind-blowing to me. Yes, they're extremely funny, but they almost look like my brain almost doesn't comprehend that this is, unless this is photoshopped or something, but I don't see why it would be. This is real, like this really happened. That's insane. And it's also a funny meme, too. In school, when someone brought Timbits to class and your favorite kind was gone by the time it got to you, hashtag Canadian problems. Timbits. Is that a donut or something? Is that from Timmy's? Tim Hortons? Timbits? Is that what you call the donuts? I honestly... Yeah, the donut holes. Okay, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, psh, I knew that. Yeah, when someone brought the Timbits to class, exactly. That happens all the time to me. Every day. No, but yes. Well, when it's your birthday, usually in American classrooms, especially when you're young, people bring in, like, donuts. They're just not Timbits. They're just boring donuts. And, yeah, your favorite flavor's gone. It's very sad. I can relate to this. I get it. Hashtag Canadian problems. Loser keeps Bieber. What? When was this video made? This was made 3 years ago. I gotta say, in America at least, Bieber is like, he used to be kind of for really young kids. Then he started growing up and his audience has grown up a bit and he sort of makes more serious music, kind of, if it's your thing. So, the Bieber hate, that's what I mean. The Bieber hate is like gone. Bieber is like beloved by a lot of Americans now, so no problem. You know, we'll have a hockey match. We'll take him. Seems like a nice guy. Went through Tim Hortons to break my $20 bill, but the lady in front paid for my tea. Do Canadians get tea at Tim Hortons? Tea is something that Americans only associate with Britain, really. I didn't really think of Canadians as big tea drinkers. But that's not the point of the meme, by the way. I'm just getting off track. Tried to break your $20 bill, but the lady in front of you paid for your tea. That's very kind. You can always... It's finally a drawback that Canadians are so kind. They're paying for all your stuff. You can't even break down your bill. Honestly... I've heard of this, the pay it forward thing in drive-thrus, so person pays for the person behind you. Never have had this happen to me in real life. I've never seen this happen in real life in America, ever. So I do wonder how common it is in Canada with the whole Canadians are very nice thing. Begging for a little dough. Okay. Dough as in money, but also as in a deer? A female deer. I think I get it. Okay. Also, why is he right outside your window? I think that it's kind of surprising to me. That's not the first thing I thought. Why is this animal right outside your window, staring curiously at you? Actually waited for you to get a camera and take a picture. Okay. All right. I think I'm getting way too deep into that meme. Funny. Blood is thicker than water, but maple syrup is thicker than blood. So technically, pancakes are more important than family. This does seem like it belongs on a tattoo or something. Or some kind of forbidden Bible verse somewhere in the Canadian lexicon. Blood is thicker than water, but maple syrup is thicker than blood. I like that. You merely adopted the ice. Okay, Bane reference, Batman reference. You merely adopted the ice. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see grass until I was already a man. That's Bane, by the way. Okay, so I just realized I'm supposed to believe all Canadians are look like Bane and act like Bane right there. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Although I do acknowledge that when it comes to ice and snow and stuff, Canadians definitely could say this and be like, no, no, no. You don't know the truth of being born in it and raised in the cold ice desert. Canada's busiest highway during the Olympic hockey final. Okay. Yes. I mean, honestly, this even though this is a joke about how Canadians are obsessed with hockey, if if America was watching the Super Bowl, the or like some huge Olympic events where there were Americans involved, then our highway would be empty as well. I mean, this highway is dead empty, which is pretty funny. But I totally understand. This one just makes sense. Why would you be driving somewhere? The Olympic hockey finals on. Come on. Okay. We have a map of Canada. When bands say they're touring Canada, yes, uh, they only mean like the most densely populated, popular parts of Canada down there, kind of by the border. Oh, and also sometimes there. Yes. Uh, the rest of Canada never, yeah. I mean, when you tour America, like bands, they only go to America's most popular cities too. It's not like they're driving out into the middle of nowhere in the United States. So, but this is funny. It does seem like there's only a few parts of Canada that Americans are even aware of exist. So this joke actually has a lot of truth to it. Meanwhile, in Canada, what? Is this a real picture? And it looks and it looks like Mario Kart 64. Seriously, this looks like a video game. Is this a real picture? How did they do this? How? What? What kind of machine? This scares me. This makes me seem like, what kind of technology is Canada hiding? Where they cleared out like this perfect path through the road to get all the snow off. That's like 25 feet of vertical clearance. This doesn't even look safe. I'm sorry, this one's really getting me. Couldn't the snow fall on you? Guess you gotta do what you gotta do. What the heck? What kind of laser beam melting technology does Canada have that they're hiding? I'm on to you. I see the picture. How'd you do that? What? Okay. Sorry. Meanwhile, in British Columbia, sorry, just as sorry, right on the bus. Doesn't even matter what the context is. They're already sorry. Yes. You know you're in Canada when hockey games end up like this. Why is there a cop on the snow? Seriously. Isn't it part of hockey rules that you're allowed to get into a fight with other players? That's like part of it, right? The fighting culture of hockey. I mean, I don't know anything hardly about hockey, but if I'm correct, the fights do happen. Why do the cops got to get involved? And why would they pull up on the ice rink? Is the better question. Okay. Yeah, you know you're in Canada when that happens. Yeah. Agreed. Canadian archaeology. the art of unearthing, unburying cars, which are, I only have these pictures to go off of, apparently constantly being buried in huge amounts of snow. Constantly. No wonder you developed this technology to laser beam the roads clean. Why don't you use it on the cars as well? But seriously, having to unbury your cars like this must be rare. Like, I'm not about to believe that this is just a typical Canadian winter event here. Full cars getting buried. But even if this happened once a year, or once every 5 years, that would be insane to me. So if it's more often than that, kudos, my goodness. You you have the winters really must keep you on your toes, because this is like dangerous amount of snow. Wow. Okay, meanwhile, in Canada, we have a lawnmower buried. Well, at least I don't have to mow the lawn today. Yes, again, things are just getting buried. It's like if you step outside in Canada for 2 seconds in the winter, you're gonna get buried alive. That's what I'm led to believe. There was a guy pushing this lawnmower, but he is buried. Very sad. Um, Canadian Ferrari has a has a moose on it. What is this? Why is there a moose logo? What brand is that? I like it. It's a nice logo. Okay. When you need to get your mail in Canada, what? Ice skates on slippers. That's actually this is a meme right here. Classic meme. Like you do a double take at it and you're like, who even built this? Do they work? Or did they do this just for this joke to be on the internet? Because if they did, I appreciate it. Skates on the slippers. How you get your mail. Okay. Canada problems. Leaving the window open during a snow season. Man, that would suck. I can't even laugh at this because like once you get the older you get and like you own a car and stuff and you think about if this happened to you, I can't even laugh. It's just like sympathize. I just have sympathy. Can't, don't leave your window open. You man, and if that melted into a puddle, whew, I don't even want to think about it. My condolences. You'd think someone had died. Timmy's Gallop Through. Okay, so there's a drive-through at Tim Hortons. Apparently. I never really thought about that, but apparently you can drive through Tim Hortons. And if you're in Canada, if you're part of the mounted police, you can go through on your horse. It's actually kind of fun, kind of wholesome. Okay. Canadian food chain. Oh no. The Canadian gets the giant fish, and the bear. Maybe the bear's just going to eat the fish, you know? Maybe the Canadian and bear are friends. I'm just going to think of it like that. I'm not about to think that that bear is going to tear his head off and eat him limb by limb. I'm not going to say that. That feeling when you're Canadian, Ryan Gosling, and you can travel anywhere and people like you. True. Actually so true. Especially in America, when Americans, like when Canadian celebrities are interviewed, everyone's like, oh, we love you, you're so nice, it makes so much sense, you're from Canada. I've never heard any other nation, although I don't know if I ever would have had the opportunity to, but as far as I know, I've never heard much of anybody anywhere have truly negative things to say about the people of Canada. So yeah, they're like the best tourists to have come to your place. Yeah, Canadians can come to America anytime. Travel anywhere and people will like you. Very true. When marijuana is legalized, all taxes on it should go to road repair and call the program Operation Potholes. Oh, that Canadians, not cannabis, Canadians. Yeah, I mean, honestly, hold on. All taxes on it should go to road repair and call the program Operation Potholes. Sure, that'd be a good use of the money. Also, this freaking meme of the guy doing this laugh. Okay. Found this in a gift basket. Pure maple syrup, only in Canada. Hey, that's like a good gift. Like, this is, yes, only in Canada, sure. But I think anyone, especially Americans, would be stoked to get this in a gift basket. Pure maple syrup. Finally, not the processed fake syrup we have here. And I always love these bottles. They're so like the bottles that we get at the supermarket with the fake like processed syrup here are so lame. They're like super tall and ugly. These bottles with the little handle and spout, so cool. I don't think I've ever actually used one in real life. Canadian ultrasound. Hockey equipment. Yes. Either the babies... Right. This is the second how Canadians are born joke. First, they're in buckets, like being collected like maple syrup out of trees. That's how they're born. But when they're in the womb, They are literally created out of hockey equipment. Definitely. Scientifically proven. I mean, the image is right here. The proof is right there. What can you say? Canadian car wash. This moose looks so polite when it does that. Like, I feel like I'd be terrified of a moose because I watched another video of animals in Canada a while back. They're enormous. They're gigantic. They're scary. But as an animal, when you just look at them like this, they look so nice. And it's like licking your car. It's so cute. I don't know. I'm conflicted. Poutine won't divorce you. Poutine won't betray you. Poutine won't cheat on you. Poutine won't fight with you. It's like a poem. That was beautiful. Kind of brings a tear to my eye. Poutine will never lie to you. Poutine will always be there for you. Yes. I mean, true. True. Moose selfie. What? No. No. This photo, this is the problem with the internet now. There's no way to tell if something's real or fake. So I just have to go off the fact that the moose looks fake somehow. And I'm just not willing to believe that this selfie exists. But it is funny. It would be funnier. But that weird smile, that creepy smile the moose has, is really, like, off-putting to me. So, okay, I don't know what to think about that one. Welcome to Vancouver. Yesterday, raining. Today, snowing. Tomorrow, beautiful out. Wow. That's actually how a lot of people describe certain states in America. Certain places in America. Just the most random weather possible. I didn't know that was an association made with Vancouver, though. Yeah, so true. So true. For the places that this is true, it's not even a joke. Every day can actually be that different. I've experienced it. You know, there are some things that you just never think of, like Mount Rushmore from the Canadian side. Okay. You know, you're right. I've never thought of that. Wow. I can't believe no one ever revealed this to me until now. The other side of Mount Rushmore, right? Huh. That is a funny rendering, though. Oh, cannabis. Okay, kind of like Oh, Canada. I mean, there's so many pot jokes going on. Weed isn't completely legal in Canada, or is it? Legal in Canada? Like, it's becoming more and more legal in America, slowly but surely. Oh, look, no matter where you are in Canada, you can legally possess, carry, and share 30 grams of cannabis. That's why I keep seeing all these pot joke memes, pot jokes. It was in 2018? Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if putting it on the Canadian flag is what everyone wants, but oh, cannabis. When you realize you may have a slight Tim Hortons addiction. Look at all those. Is that coffee? Now I'm thinking like people get tea from Tim Hortons, apparently. Yes, this is the equivalent is Starbucks in America. People go nuts for it. It's so expensive, though. How much does a Tim Hortons coffee cost? I picture Tim Hortons as in between a gas station and Starbucks. It is not crap. It's not gourmet. It's just good. But I've never had a Tim Hortons coffee. I think they exist in America. I was seeing YouTube videos pop up in my feed that were like, why Tim Hortons hasn't caught on in America. And I was thinking, wait, that means there's some Tim Hortons in America? They just haven't caught on? Like, where is it? Is it in like 3 locations? Be interesting to be able to get some stuff. Meanwhile in Canada, I laugh because this guy looks like he is contemplating life right now. He looks so, man, somehow cozy. Somehow like, you know that sculpture, The Thinker? This is like the Canadian version. He's like somehow deep in contemplation while surrounded by the chaos of snowy Canada. Wow. How's that for getting philosophical on you? Meanwhile, in Canada, I don't care. It's April. I've always thought this. People think, especially in America, definitely think it's like a crime to eat ice cream in the winter. And yeah, you're not really in the mood for ice cream when you're freezing cold. But to a Canadian, much like the Bane joke, a Canadian who's been born and raised in the cold of Canada, when it's April comes around, you gotta have your ice cream sometime, or it's never gonna happen. Okay, don't mind me. I am just being Canadian. Yeah, like, again, Canadians have this ability to just do winter sports even, but wearing barely anything. And then that guy next to her is like, what the heck? Actually, he seems really okay with it. Canada and US language differences. Canada, color. Color. Oh, yes. That difference in spelling between color I've actually been confused by that. Because when you autocorrect things on Google, it'll give you different spellings, and I was like, who's spelling it Colour? Who? Who? Canada. That's who. Bunny hug, hoodie. Yes, that was one of the first things I learned from a YouTube video about Canadian things versus America. The bunny hug. And I still don't think that's real. I think everyone's playing a prank on me. You don't call hoodies bunny hugs. I don't believe it. It's an elaborate prank. It is. Soda is pop. Pop, in certain regions of America, people will call it pop, soda, or Coke. And I've always called it soda for all my life. And pop, pop just sounds kind of funny to me. I didn't know that was the prevalent Canadian way of saying soda. Interesting. A good healthcare system, and America has nothing there, which is sadly, very, very accurate. Unlucky. So, meanwhile, in Canada, off to Tim's. That's a good one. Yeah, the vanity custom license plates. The only thing I'll say about these is don't commit some kind of crime if you're going to get a custom license plate, because you will be so easy to track down. If this guy robbed a Tim Hortons, stole all the little donuts, be like, officer, it was off to Tim's. I saw his plate. I don't know why he did it. He's easy to find. Record-breaking freezing temperatures across U.S. Meanwhile, in Canada... What is he doing? He's like trying to go about his day? He's swimming through the snow? I mean, in that other video I watched not too long ago, that one Canadian fellow jumped into the snow, like into a hole. Like I was worried he was going to suffocate, but he seemed fine with it. Canadians are just willing to go swimming through the snow, dive in it, their cars get covered in it. Crazy. Costco Canada is getting ready for for marijuana sales. Holy, that is a lot. And why do they have to be rolled up like so that they look like huge, gigantic joints? Why? Maybe that's just the most efficient way to transport them. Maybe there's no meaning behind it. I'm sure. Weather in Canada be like Monday, 20 degrees. Tuesday, -3. Wednesday, 7. Thursday, 12 again. Friday, 27 with a chance of snow. Ha! That's good. Yes, chaotic weather. It happens in some places in America, too. Canadian hell. Oh, this is a sad, sad day. Yes, wow. What an image. Just one image to make... one image that just portrays it all. The chocolate glaze on your donut just getting ruined. That is so sad. Especially if you think like they got their donut and drove home or something, and then they realized when they got home that their donut was ruined. This makes me sad. Okay. This isn't just Canadian hell. This is American hell as well. We like donuts. Make no mistake. Canadian Border Patrol watching for illegal Americans with on the moose. God, the mooses look cool. Is it? This is fake. Obviously, this is fake. You cannot. Do not tell me you can put a saddle on a moose and tame it and ride it. No, not. I am willing to look stupid here if I'm wrong, but this is fake. You can't do this. It just looks super, super cool, by the way. That would scare away the Americans. That would scare me away. I'd be like, okay, I'll stay away. I'm sorry. Canadian innovation. Wow, that's a strong snow plower, I should say. Can it really pull a sled? I mean, it has the treads. I've never seen a snow plow this robust. This has like treads like a tank. Wow. Canadian technology, man. It's going places. When you're pushed into these corners of having the snow up against you, Canada innovates. Innovates well, not just being able to pull the sled, but that freaking tank of a snowblower, man. Canadian girl reality. Cold enough to turn on the bum warmer, the bum warmer, but not cold enough to take off the flip-flops. Yes, priorities. Yeah, the flip-flops are too convenient. Your butt has to get warm. Priorities are correct here. I approve. In England, they drive on the left. In Canada, we drive on what's left. Yeah, I bet Canadians are so good at driving in the snow and ice. Americans scare me. They scare me. Americans are bad at driving, but Americans do not get the opportunity to practice driving in the snow unless you live in a state that gets a decent amount of snow. So when snow finally comes, Americans are in a panic. They're crazy. They're going too fast or too slow. They don't know how to use the momentum to get through patches of ice, and you don't want to skid out and do. Americans just scare me. They are helpless in the snow, yet we still try to do it. I'm sure there's compilations on YouTube of huge pileups, car after car just sliding into each other. It's crazy. How Canadians get married at the ice rink. If hockey means that much to you, you see weddings like this with themes. At least this is like unique. I'm not going to knock it. I'm not just going to knock it and say it's dumb. And I don't think all Canadians get married like this, but this is fun. Using the ice rink, it's definitely it's memorable. So I give it that. The neighbor's dog kept sticking his head through a hole in the fence, so we painted it. Meanwhile, in Canada. That's just funny. It's so fun being in Canada because there's all these moose references that you get to do. All these moose jokes. What does America have in terms of crazy animals? There used to be jaguars here, I'm actually told. But that's none of it's like a moose. A moose is like a mythical creature to Americans. It's like, what? That's real? Meals on Wheels in Canada. Yeah, I mean, gosh, how often do Canadians bump into bears? I'm guessing it depends on where you live, because bears probably tend to stay away from super densely populated areas out of fear and humans, but there's a lot of Canada that's really not very highly populated. So that's probably where all the bears and moose are running around, chasing the Meals on Wheels, the Canadians just biking to work. Anybody know what species of hummingbird this is? Are the bears really around this much? And they're eating the bird food, by the way. This photo, you can tell, is real. So this is wild. And also the fact that someone got out and took a picture of it is a little wild to me as well. Oh, that's it. Okay. Man, these memes, they take me by surprise. They're funny. They're wild. Canada is just got everything, man. This was by Funny Laugh, and I liked this. I liked this meme, this best Canadian memes compilation. A lot of these are funny. A lot of them just get me like scratching my head like, Canada, what is going on there? It seems very exciting, don't get me wrong, but I really do enjoy the Canadian memes. Always good. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada, Canadian culture, stuff in Canada that I have never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.